What's going on, Garage Gang? Matt from GarageMC here. Guys, in today's video, this is what I want to talk about today, man. You guys really seem to like the last video with that 400EX that my buddy Jacob bought, what he paid for it, all the stuff that was wrong with that quad. So that kind of got me thinking, what can you go out and find on Marketplace for around 1,500 bucks? So if you guys seen the last video on that 400EX, the POS, you might want to go watch that before you watch this if you haven't seen it yet. But let's get into it. Stick around. So what we're going to talk about in this video, guys, I picked up a quad yesterday on Thanksgiving. By the way, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope everybody ate a whole bunch of turkey. I picked one up. I wanted to keep it in the same price range. We're going to, it's a little bit of a basket case, but not that bad. It's a lot worse than, it looks worse than it actually is. I have everything here. It was missing a couple pieces. I spoke to the person I purchased it from, and then I went and picked up the things that were missing. Yes, it came with a title. So, I mean, that's a win right there. The 400EX that Jacob bought, he paid 1,500 bucks for it. And like I said, go watch that other video first, man, just for some context. If you have not seen it, it was bad. It was real bad. As a matter of fact, I still have the engine that was in that quad here. It only had the pivot bolt and the front motor mount plates on it without the spacers. So the whole engine, it was missing the lower motor mount, and it didn't have the top one that goes through the rocker cover on a 400EX either. So the engine, you could literally move it back and forth like an inch in either direction. And this is what happened to it. It, you know, broke a chunk off the case. It split the other case. So just from that, these cases aren't even like sellable now. And that's like, you know, on eBay, you can pick up a set of 400EX cases that are usable for like $200 to $400, depending on how clean they are, whether it's a 99 to 04 or if it's a reverse model set of cases. Those go for a little bit more money, but not much more. Yeah, so, you know, he kind of got ripped off there, and the quad that he bought has no title. It was street ridden. The grab bar was all ground off. Go watch the other video. But what we're going to do in this video, I'm going to pull out the quad that I just bought yesterday. We're going to take a look at everything. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I looked at it when I purchased it. I was going to buy it either way just because it had a title. But, you know, then we'll lay out all the parts. We'll see what we're missing. We'll see what we need. We'll see how much money it could potentially need just to get it running. I'm not talking upgrades and all kinds of stuff. Just to get it back together and a running, riding quad. So let me go pull it out of the storage unit, and then we'll pull out these parts. I'll show you everything, and then off camera I'm going to clean everything, and we'll re-look at everything and go over it again. And we'll come up with, you know, a ballpark on what it's going to cost to get this thing back out on the trail. Alright guys, so I got the quad out here. This is exactly how I got it yesterday. I did not even wash it yet because I wanted to do that with you guys. I'm not going to film washing it, but I want you to see it exactly in the state that I got it in. And then we'll go from there. So we'll look at the quad now, and then I will lay out all the parts that came with it. And, you know, we'll go over it. And like I said, we'll figure out what we need as best as we can. Because there'll always be something that we forgot or, you know, overlooked. And then have to order it, you know, in crunch time. But it's just how it goes. So, all right, here's the quad. 2008 Honda Trx450er. When I first looked at it, guys, I didn't know that Honda did like a blackout edition in 08. I had no clue that they did that. So the frame comes black, the A-arms come black, all black plastics, blue seat, and the swing arm even is like a dark blue color that matches the seat. And I'm not sure if these wheels came black like this. If somebody spray painted them, they did a decent job, I guess you could say, because the coating's like even, from what I can see anyway, without washing it yet. But, you know, we got our factory hubs, factory swing arm, factory shocks. There's the 39mm Kian FCR carburetor. That would have been a little pricey to have to replace. I mean, I have other ones, but, you know, if I didn't, it would, you know, be quite a few $100s to get one, even used. It's got this graphics kit on it. I'm not a fan of graphics kit, guys. Graphics graphic kits. I'm not a fan of them, but one good thing that they do is they protect all the plastics, so it won't be much for me to restore and get these plastics to shine back up. There's no cracks or melt marks or anything like that on any of the plastics anywhere. We got the I can never remember the name of this brand. Pro Armor, I want to say, bumper and Nerf bars on it. Everything's here, man. All of our brake calipers are here. The frame is straight. All the bearings feel good. Steering stem bearing feels good. We got some ASV levers. I misspoke in the live stream. And if you guys don't have your notifications on, turn your notifications on, man. I do live streams all the time, guys. And if you were there, you would have got to see this quad yesterday when I wished everybody a happy Thanksgiving. So yeah, everything on the quad is straight. So let's stand it up and we'll look at the underneath of the quad and see what type of condition our frame is in. Our frame is dead straight. Like, you see the lower bar of the frame right here, and this one as well. Sorry for the autofocus. See how we have a little air gap there? As we move to look at it from dead center, you can see it lines up with the bars that are right above it, like these two bars here. That's basically what I judge stuff by. If you have a front section that is completely bent and those still look straight, you'll notice it here in this plate. It'll be like either dimpled in on the bottom, like concaved, or on the top part of this gusset here from Honda. The swing arm. I was talking to one of my subscribers, John Bruzy. You're right, bro. Yes, they did come silver. You know, it's a tough call, but whoever did it, the blue damn sure matches that seat really well. Everything's here, guys. This was definitely a good purchase. Our front tires are a pretty nice shape. The rears, I mean, they're still usable, but I think bald tires or tires that are like 50% tread on a quad kind of, it brings down the aesthetic, you know, the aesthetics of the quad, and obviously adds money or to what you're trying to do if you want to buy new tires and such. Usually when I try to sell a quad, guys, if I can, I try to put tires on it that are at least 75-80% tread life left. Frame's not too scraped up. It's got the usual from, you know, rub and stuff in the trail, but there's no rot, there's no rust. Big thing on the Hondas to look out for is around where these drain holes are for the frame. You want to look around those. That's where it'll start to rot, you know, sooner than anything else, because obviously it lets moisture in here and could hold water, and obviously this is where your foot pegs bolt. So if you got a frame rotted out, kind of like I went to go look at a 400EX Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, and frame was rotted, so my offer didn't meet what he was willing to take for it, even though he didn't know that the frame was rotted. So, you know, usually when you point out shit like that to somebody that doesn't know that their frame is rotted, they're willing to budge on their price. Pretty a good amount, you know. But all right, I am going to pull this quad back down. I'm going to wash it off camera. It's freezing here. I'm not going to film washing it like I used to do. It's just power washing. It's nothing entertaining. But you know, I'm going to put a picture of what this quad looks like from Honda directly in 2008, and we'll take a little look at a few other things after I clean it. Let's see what we got, and then I'll show it to you guys, and I'll also set out all these parts. We got the whole top end in there, all the miscellaneous hardware, the inner clutch cover, the right side case, the inner part of the clutch cover. I don't know the proper terminology for that, but you know, you got your other cover that goes here, which is the same as a Trx450. And then you have this one that obviously bolts to the cases, which is down in there. But I'll pull all this stuff out and show you guys. Yes, it came with a HMF and a fuel, I want to say. Yeah, fuel custom intake. I mean, I think I have a factory airbox here, so I'll probably just put that in it. You know, it's too dusty around here to run no airbox, but, and you know, there's a lot of water and stuff around here too at some times of the week when you're riding. But okay, let me wash this thing and we'll pick right back up. All right, guys, she cleaned up pretty damn good. It's still wet, so it ain't that shiny, but I mean, she cleaned up. She cleaned up real good. I'm pretty happy with this purchase, man. I really am, for what I paid for it. So, all right, let's see here. Let's talk about, you know, obviously the elephant that's not in the room that normally goes in this area right about here. Carb, I'm gonna pull that off and clean that up, but let's go ahead and talk what is going on with this quad. Actually, as a matter of fact, before we even look at these parts, guys, let's talk a little backstory on this quad. So the guy that owned this quad before me, it didn't need to be torn down yet, but he wanted to put new piston and rings in it because he could tell it was down on power. So he took it to someone that took the motor out. The pivot bolt was seized in this quad, and there's a little damage on the right side case, but nothing crazy. It's definitely easily fixable. It's not broken. You know, I'll TIG weld that, and you'll never even know it was broken. And I'll show that to you. I actually just found out myself. I didn't see it yesterday, and I don't know how I didn't see that, but you know, this is what comes along with buying quads, man. I don't care how many quads you go buy, you're always going to overlook something. You're always going to. There's just you just can't look at every single detail every time. There's always something you're going to forget, or a curveball that you didn't expect, or something like that. But he took it to get fixed. It got taken apart, the engine taken out, obviously. And then it just sat at the guy's place that was fixing it for like 7 months. So I guess the guy I bought this from changed his mind. He ended up going out and buying a brand new quad. So, you know, your boy here gets to be the lucky one to own this now. And like I said, it came with a title, so I'm not buying stuff like for myself to either possibly part out or resell without a title. It's just, they're just not worth as much. I don't care if you have a quad, you could think it's the best thing in the world. If you don't have a title for it, it's worth like half, bro, realistically. Even if I was going to part it out, the title is a big deal, because a titled 06 and up 450R frame is worth a few bucks with a title, you know, especially in good condition. But yeah, so that's why this quad is in the condition it's in now. So let's take a look at these parts, and we'll see what we're missing. So far, I only find one part that's not here. So let's check it out. Bottom end, right off the bat. So crank, typical side to side, no up and down play. So that is good. The piston doesn't look too bad. Here's the cylinder. It's still got the cross hatching. I bet you I could probably put this thing back together and it would run just fine. But you know, being it's already apart, we'll just go ahead and get a new top end piston and cylinder for it. Obviously we got a HMF slip-on stock header, the fuel customs intake. We have our cam tower with the cam in there and everything. We have our head. The cylinder head is in fantastic shape. Never dropped a valve, no damage to it or anything like that. That's cool, because if we were going to part it out, this is a big ticket item as well, along with the carburetor and the bottom end. A good bottom end goes for about $1,500 on eBay. Cylinder head anywhere from $400 to $600, depending on what it comes with and condition of it and all that stuff. We got a rocker cover bolts, all three of them in here. Gasket's still on there, which I'll get a new one anyway. I already told you about the inner clutch cover. We got the outer clutch cover. Got our stator with the OEM, OEM stator and the stator cover in good shape. Everything came bagged and tagged. That's what I liked. Definitely raised my comfort level of shit that might be missing. So the bottom end, the damage is from cutting out the pivot bolt. Got a little slot right there, but at least it's a nice clean cut, and I can have that TIG welded, and I'll grind that back down and you'll never even know it happened. No, I will not use JB Weld. Shouldn't need to use it. We got everything's bag and tag, like I said, guys. Top end bolts. Got the cam chain tensioner, springs for the clutch, our clutch basket with the push rod, all the hardware that goes to it, the needle roller bearings and everything. We have our outer plate, fibers, steels, inner plates in there as well. This was one I was worried about, the motor mounts and all the spacers. It doesn't seem like a big deal, guys, but when you have to buy these, you know, new from like Rocky Mountain ATV, These things add up and dig into your budget so fast. These little spacers are expensive, man. These little aluminum spacers. It's ridiculous how much they go for if you have to buy new ones. I don't know why you bag and tag a timing chain. I don't reuse that anyway, but okay. I mean, that'll tell you that everything got bagged and tagged, especially if they save stuff that should be thrown out. Got our water pump cover, all the bolts and the impeller for that. Miscellaneous plastic hardware for the plastics. Even the rear bolt that goes through the shock is on there, but the nut is not on it. Here's the nut, bagged and tagged. So, you know, this is nowhere near as bad as you would think. So don't get scared about buying something like this, especially if you get it for a great price, guys. So, guys, getting shit done in a timely fashion. That cut mark in the cases, my buddy Brian stopped by. He's going to TIG weld and fill this little gap in for me, and I figured maybe you guys would want to see this, so I'm gonna film it. You know, most people would throw JB Weld on it. Don't do that, man. It's a temporary fix. So we're gonna permanently fix this, and it's gonna look, you're not even gonna know it was there. But here's the problem we have if you don't remember what I was talking about. This part right here from somebody cutting a pivot bolt out looks like about the thickness of a cutoff wheel. What do you think, Brian? Cutoff wheel, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Brian, you want to tell them what like steps you're gonna do here?
First, I'm gonna get my machine set up.
That's a good step.
Clean it with a wire wheel real good. Maybe I'll gouge it out a little bit wider,
Just to make it a little.
so I can get some wire laid right in there, and it'll probably take me about 5 minutes to weld. Not even.
All right.
And it'd be good.
Yo, guys, if you need any welding done in like southern central New Jersey area, Brian, what's your contact info like? Or you got a website or something?
No website yet. Still working on that. DK Welding. My phone number is 609-338-7138. I weld aluminum, stainless, carbon, anything, pipe work, plant maintenance, whatever you need.
You guys heard it from his own mouth. Don't call him unless you're ready to have something done, though.
That's right.
You know how it is. We don't dig the window shoppers around here, guys. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna get this thing set up, and I'll film him welding it a little bit for you guys, and we'll see what it looks like when it's done, and after I clean it up. Keep watching. All right, guys, ready to start welding. Got it cleaned up, prepped with some acetone, and we're gonna see how it takes. I'll show it to you guys after it's done. Simple fix, man. But obviously you need a TIG welder and how to TIG weld aluminum. It is not a simple thing to do. I could weld a little bit with my TIG welder, but mine doesn't do aluminum, guys. This is like, you know, you got to know your limits when you're working on shit. You know, that's how you save yourself some money, unless you just don't care. And you're just, you know, you're just balling like that. But anyway, guys, I'm probably just going to leave it like this, but here it is. Bam. Just like that, guys. Little caterpillar chilling on there. You know, this is down at the bottom, like by the frame anyway, but I'm not against battle scars. You know, the inside looks real good. I don't know if you guys can even see in there. I might have to get you a light, but it almost looks like the aluminum healed itself on the inside. Didn't transfer a lot of heat, kept it down. Brian's been doing this for what? Brian's like your second week welding?
Week and a half.
Week and a half. So, you know, you guys can get results like these in like 8 minutes if you start practicing. But yeah. Yeah, guys, don't use JB Weld on shit, man. Like I said, if you're in the New Jersey area, Brian will come to your house. I'm literally at my house right now. He just pulled up, put the bottom end on the back of his truck. Bing, bang, boom. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Whatever other type of friggin' saying you want to use. And, yeah, here it is, guys. So, JB Weld. No. Temporary fix. Band-Aid on a bullet hole. But, if any of you guys are wondering what a repair like this would cost, I can't even give you a price, and neither can Brian, because it's a case-by-case basis. I mean, unless you got the exact same
where you're at,
cut.
You know.
Yeah, where you're at, how far you are, how bad it is. This just had a little slit.
First.
Yeah, if you try to fix it first, it's double. You know, I usually go with that rule too.
Yep.
Somebody brings me a bike that somebody already else worked on or took apart. You know, you got to add the aggravation fee in there too. Anyway, back to the rest of the video. So, plans with this bike. Obviously, I'm going to put it back together. Not going to part it out. If it didn't have a title, I would have bought it for like 800 or 1,000 maybe. Then I would part it out. But being it has a title, we're going to put it back together. Like I said, guys, that black with the blue seat and all the blue stuff on it, like the hubs are blue and everything from the factory, I don't know how rare that is, but I've never seen one, and I come in contact with a lot of quads, so I would think I would have known. But, you know, I don't know, maybe it's worth a couple extra bucks, but it's really not a big deal. The real heartbreaker about the blue seat has a little tiny hole in it. That kind of sucks, but, I mean, it cleaned up really good, guys, so I think we're in good shape with this purchase. So, like I was about to say, plans with this bike. I'm going to go ahead and order a piston cylinder. The pivot bolt was cut, so I have to order one of those. I have them, but I'll just order a new one for it. They're like 40 bucks from Honda. And then when all the parts come in, we'll pull it in and we'll fix this one and we'll get it running and back out on the trail again. Plans with this, I'm thinking about hooking my buddy up with this one when it's fixed. So, yeah, let's talk about what I paid for it. All right, guys, so what did I pay for this bike? I gave him $1,600 for it. So, $1,500 for the bike and $100 for delivery. So, we're $1,600 in. Back to what I said in the beginning of the video, the whole point of me even grabbing this was to show you guys, one, that 400EX from the last video that my buddy Jacob bought for $1,500. Dude, there's so many more options out there if you got money like that to play with. Money like that meaning like around $1,500 to $2,000. Don't just settle on the first thing you find, man. My buddy Jacob got straight ripped off on that 400EX, and he's more than double that into fixing it and replacing parts and everything like that. So, you know, it's there's options out there, man. Don't rush into something. But like I said in the other video, guys, it's fall. It's pretty much winter, basically. This is the time of year when everybody's selling their shit and they're trying to move it cheap. The market is flooded with stuff. Nothing's really selling, so you guys can get a deal right now. Fix it up over the winter, have something to do, and then when springtime comes, put that shit out for sale. Dude, you're gonna make some money off of that, and you're gonna have some fun and have something to do for the winter. I don't know about you guys, but I can't just sit around. I gotta have something to do. You know, I just can't do it. Even if I come out in the garage and polish aluminum, like parts that I'm not even going to use for anything, I just like to make shit look good. You know, I got problems like that. Shot the hell out. But yeah, man, don't be scared to jump out there and get into something, guys. Yeah, you can call this a basket case if you want. This is basically what it is, you know. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning into today's video, man. If you guys want some more tips on buying something from Marketplace, go back and check out the last video on the 400EX. I went over how to check the bearings, what to look at, stand it up, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff, man. Go check out the video if you haven't seen it yet. If you have not yet, and you're still here, hit the damn subscribe button. And definitely give your boy a thumbs up on this video, man. It helps the channel out way more than you can understand. Likes and thumbs ups, which are the same thing, is basically what the algorithm is looking for, and engagement. Drop a comment, guys. I read and answer every single one of my comments. I do not just hit you with a thumbs up. You take the time to comment, I take the time to read it and answer you personally, just out of respect. You know, there's nothing worse to me than watching somebody on YouTube and you want to drop a comment and interact, and you don't even get a thumbs up. You don't get nothing. You just wasted your time. I don't know about you, but my time is valuable, and you know, if I'm going to comment, I'd like an answer back sometimes. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, all right, guys, I got to clean all this stuff up now and pack it away and put it somewhere safe. And oh shit, we got to talk about what we need to order for this bike, don't we? So obviously top end, and the only part that I noticed that's missing is the heat shield that goes under the gas tank. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but on a 450R, it actually has little bushings on it which lift the back of the tank up. So if you don't have that heat shield that goes under the tank, like I don't know if I can even show you without taking this off, but this little black plastic piece in here, it's a tray. It holds all the wires, especially on the 06 and up with all the extra wiring and everything. It holds all the wires, and there's two little rubber mounts in the back that push the back of the tank up. So, you know, your plastics line up and everything. And it's also where these side plastics click into. So, I actually have one, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you had to buy one, brand new, they're like 50 bucks on eBay, OEM. Not a big deal, man. And a top end and a pivot bolt. So we're going to be in this bike for like 700 bucks, dude, to have it running again without doing nothing else to it. So, plus, you know, my labor, but it's what I like to do. So, ain't going to cost me a damn dime. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.